Greetings. Thank you for joining our virtual panel discussion on cannabis in the media. My name is Melanie Julian. I'm a cannabis educator and consultant and founder of the Cannabis Doula. I want to encourage all of you here today to shatter the stigma, as I like to say. So we'll look at a brief history of cannabis in the media, the kind of implications and the effects of the war on drugs and how cannabis has been portrayed in the media. What is medical cannabis and the difference it makes in positively portraying cannabis in the media? So you may have seen some of these depictions of reefer madness. There was an anti-cannabis propaganda campaign that really started by the U.S. government to negatively portray cannabis, to dissuade people from using cannabis. This really invoked fear related to cannabis, racialized our use of cannabis, and it really has negatively impacted our communities in various ways. So I definitely encourage you to check out these propaganda campaigns and really see how a lot of these campaigns have kind of evolved in time, and a lot of the media portrayal, the negative portrayals of cannabis in the media really derives from a lot of this reefer madness, anti-cannabis campaigns. And the effects of this, well, it has led to the war on drugs. As we know, the effects of cannabis misinformation and racialized propaganda in the media has influenced legislation. It has led to mass incarceration, especially in Black and Brown communities, criminalization, and discrimination in our communities as well. In communities that have traditionally used cannabis and cultivated cannabis as native plant medicine, this has had a very negative impact. And we still see that these folks in these communities are not becoming medical cannabis patients out of fear of using cannabis, or not really understanding that now we are able to use it as medicine. And this depiction here on the left isn't a poster that was from, a 1980s drug dare program. This is actually a picture that was taken of a poster at a school here in DC just last month. So it includes this obviously negative portrayal of an African-American boy using marijuana, and also these harmful effects that we know now that more evidence has come out, includes misinformation, disinformation. So even targeting teens, we do need to portray cannabis in a more positive light and understanding cannabis as medicine. A great example of this, in 2016, there were 600,000 cannabis-related arrests in the U.S., more than all violent crimes. Now in 2023, where we are today, there are 6 million legal medical cannabis patients, with 60 countries having legalized medical cannabis. So we still have a lot of work to do, and especially in the media portraying cannabis as medicine and where we are now. We can do that by using positive language, saying consume cannabis medicine versus using illicit drugs, smoking weed versus inhalation of cannabis, even the negative connotation of moms who use cannabis. Instead of saying pot moms or weed moms, we can definitely change our language there as well. And supporting families, individuals, medical cannabis patients in our communities who traditionally use cannabis medicine, whether that looks like a doctor's recommendation, various methods of administration, including topicals, capsules, tinctures. I know that there's a saying that you've probably heard before, this ain't your grandmother's weed, but it actually might be. A lot of our elders are benefiting from using cannabis, and a lot of them have evolved as cannabis has evolved, and to include a lot of these methods of administration. Our elders have evolved with cannabis medicine and kind of releasing and getting away from the cannabis propaganda that we've all been exposed to. the media plays a special, very important part in kind of minimizing the stigma and really portraying cannabis in a more positive light. The pictures that we choose to use is a great way to start. It's a great place to start. And this actually really impacts the clients that I serve and communities that I serve, and really understanding cannabis as medicine. So the media portrayals of cannabis really impacts our choice to consume cannabis. So largely in Black communities where cannabis is portrayed as an illicit substance that's harmful, in our white communities, with my clients who are more affluent, they have been empowered to use cannabis as an alternative health substance or alternative medicine. So it's very important that the media takes time to portray cannabis in a more positive light, especially in communities that have been negatively impacted by the war on drugs and cannabis prohibition. And if you would like additional resources and information, please reach out. Learn with us. If you'd like a cannabis educator to fact check your articles related to cannabis, provide evidence-based information, I'm definitely happy to do so. So thank you so much for taking the time to learn with me, and I look forward to staying connected.